What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Daniel. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual player, plus where the best odds are at. Most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge where you can see exactly what I have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best line is at. So go, get in there. Get signed up. Go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just threw it into chat here. We have been crushing it so far this month. 35% ROI. 4-1 yesterday. Got a lot of bets today. A lot of bets. Currently up 7K on the month off of just over 20K gambled. Let's just get right into it here. It's got a lot of bets. Starting off with a few of the Thursday Night Football bets. It's supposed to be over, not under. McCall Hardman, over 3.5 receptions, -115 over at Caesars. It's just a bad line. It's just a really bad line, in my opinion. Harden had a decent amount of decent, whatever it's called. Why am I blanking? Decent target share. So, sorry, trying to get things done. Decent target share, 3.5 going up against Chargers. Should be a high-scoring game. Should be a fast-paced game. Liking it. Marquez Valdez-Scantling over 3.5 receptions, +106 over at Caesars. It's sitting around, what is it sitting? It's sitting around even juice on both sides. Caesars the one outlier, I think, at the moment. Don't love this bet. I like it, though. I bet it. It's early on. Des Scantling. Sitting at +105. Yeah, it's -105 over at MGM. Most of the other places are -135. I prefer the over, but do what you want. Not in love with that bet. Don't like it. Don't dislike it. I like it enough to bet it. But yeah, let's get to some baseball. Been absolutely crushing it with baseball recently. Michael Kopeck over 3.5 hits allowed. This is just a low line. I don't understand. Generally, I hit these when they're this low. Kopeck hasn't been great so far this season, sitting at 5.63 xFIP. Hasn't been good at all versus lefties. Is due for some negative regression. Going up against a Colorado team that's not great while they are on the road, and they are much worse on the road. Still don't really care. 3.5 is way too low of a number, even at -165 odds. Should be at 4.5. I'm taking it. Hunter Brown got 2 picks for him, over 4.5 strikeouts over at Caesars, over 15.5 outs. Hunter Brown going up against Detroit. That should be all I have to say. But Hunter Brown, first outing was very good. Only got up to, I think, 85 pitches. But strikeout rate was around 25%. Had 33 in the minors. Can't really take too much off of the first outing. But going up against this Detroit team that looks awful. Worst team in the league by a wide margin going up against righties. 132 ISO. 285 WOBA in the projected lineup, 25% K rate. That might actually be a little low. It's not showing one of the batters. But Hunter Brown, a guy that had 33% K rate stuff in the minors, should get up to 90 pitches going up against a team with no plate discipline at all. 6.4% walk rate in there. Over 15.5 outs, over 4.5 strikeouts. Love both those bets. Chad Kuhl, over 2.5 earned runs. Kuhl has not been very good this season. Granted, part of that is playing over in Coors, but even away from Coors has not been great. 5.8 over 5.62 xFIP, sub-average K rate, well above average walk rate, getting a lot more fly balls, a lot of hard contact, going up against a White Sox team that continually disappoints, but they've been a lot hotter recently. 2.5 earned runs at -110 is a great line. Jacob Yunis, over 1.5 earned runs allowed, -180. If you don't like big juice lines, don't take this. I like it. Sitting at 1.5 going up against Atlanta. Atlanta, one of the hottest, one of the best hitting teams in all of baseball. Yes, they are in San Francisco, but Yunis is not as good as he's been this season. I'll pull up his Fangraphs page. He's started out the season great. Let's start out absolutely fantastic, but it's kind of fallen back down to earth. a little bit. Splits. Let's look at post All-Star break. If I remember correctly, he's not been great. 341 WOBA compared to 280 WOBA pre All-Star break. While his xFIP has gotten just a bit worse. Still, not really striking a ton of guys, not walking a ton of guys, going up against one of the best hitting teams in baseball. He's going to hit the over on this 70% of the time, offering a pretty decent ROI here. Kyle Wright, under 4.5 strikeouts. And I have another one from this game. I think it's Kramer. No, that's not right. Not Kramer. That's a different game. We'll look at Kramer right now. I have Kramer and Abbott both over strikeouts. Kramer over 3.5 strikeouts at minus 145 at DraftKings. Abbott over 3.5 strikeouts plus 130 over at DraftKings. Abbott, well, bad pitcher. He's not good at all. He is a above average strikeout pitcher. Sitting at 21.3% on the season. He is good. He is or above average strikeout rate pitcher. Going up against the Orioles, above average K rate team. Just a bad line at 3.5. That's a super low line. I think in every single game where he's started over the last 90 pitches. He's got 9 pitches, got up to 5 strikeouts in each of the last 3 games he started. So strikeouts are not really the problem. It's the problem that he's going to give up a bunch of runs, but it's Washington. They don't have anything to play for. They're going to allow him to go 90 pitches, regardless of how he's pitching, and he'll get the strikeouts there. And then on the other side, Kramer, not a huge K rate guy, but going up against one of the worst hitting teams in the league in Washington. Kramer has been solid this season. Has gotten a bit lucky, but the strikeout stuff, while not spectacular, is good enough to justify the 3.5 line. Kyle Wright, I've got him going over to the Atlanta game again. Wright, very good pitcher this season. Going up against a lower strikeout rate team in San Francisco, really you just have Bart there at the bottom of the lineup. Everyone else is below average. Kyle Wright, well, better striking out lefties, doesn't have a ton of high strikeout lefties in the lineup. Calhoun, Gonzalez, Wade, Peterson. He's going to probably end up getting platooned a decent amount. Walks a lot more lefties than he does righties. 10% walk rate in this projected lineup here. I like the under at plus 130 at 4.5. You can get the under, I think, minus 140 over at FanDuel at 5.5. I decided to go with the 4.5 number just because I like these 130 odds. Merrill Kelly, under 5.5 strikeouts. Really, really like this bet. Merrill Kelly going up against the Dodgers. Dodgers, well, they do have a few high strikeout bats in the bottom of the lineup. Bellinger, Gallo, Taylor, Muncy's a decently high strikeout bat. Kelly really doesn't strike out lefties a ton. Strikes out righties a whole lot more. And going up against one of the most patient lineups in the league, going up against Dodgers, also one of the best. 5.5 is a massive number. Massive number going up against Dodgers for almost any pitcher. Kelly is not going to hit this. Bubic, over 3.5 strikeouts. Bubic has been a lot better the second half of the season, or the second 3 quarters. He started off terrible. He was absolutely horrible. Massive reverse splits guy. Strikes out righties at a 20% clip compared to a 10% clip going up against lefties. Likely only to face one lefty in the lineup of Gordon. This is a watered-down lineup with a lot of injuries. Above average strikeout lineup going up against lefties. Not really a great lineup at this point. You can see lineup or plate IQ here. There's Garlic, there's Correa, there's Miranda, and there's hot garbage. Bubic, like I said, average strikeout rate pitcher going up against righties and going to face almost exclusively righties. 3.5 at minus 155 is good odds. Jordan Montgomery, over 4.5 strikeouts. This guy's been fantastic. Absolutely great since going over to St. Louis. Going up against Milwaukee, this lineup is garbage versus lefties. 28% K rate, 161 ISO, 299 WOBA, 8.7% walk rate, which isn't great. It's mostly because the top of the lineup, the bottom of the lineup does not have any real patience. Montgomery, since he's gotten over to St. Louis, look at these numbers. 6.2 innings, 6 Ks, 6 innings, 4 Ks, 5 innings, 4 Ks, 9 innings, 7 Ks, 5.2 innings, 8 Ks, 6 innings, 8 Ks. He's been great. He's been very good since getting over to St. Louis. They've stretched him out, so they'll allow him to go 100 pitches, whereas the Yankees generally limited him to around 75 pitches. So they stretched him out. He's been very, very, very good since getting over there. Montgomery, like this line a lot. Over 4.5. Be quiet. Over 4.5 at -137 at Caesars. Hunter Brown, I already talked about it, over 4.5 strikeouts. Eunice, I hit more of his lines. Over 4.5 hits allowed, again, going up against Atlanta. Over 4.5 strikeouts, while Atlanta is one of the best hitting teams in the league and has been one of the hottest teams. They still are above average strikeout matchup, 25.3% in the projected lineup here. While Eunice probably not going to do very well in this matchup, he should still get 4.5 strikeouts, and 4.5 hits is way too low. Jose Suarez, under 4.5 strikeouts. You can get this -127 over at Bet Rivers, Barstool, Twin Spires, whatever you have in your state is basically what you're going to be gambling on. Let's see, why can't I find it? There it is. Going up against Cleveland. Cleveland is one of the lowest strikeout rate teams in the entire league. Just does not strike out. 19.2% in the projected lineup. Only do strike out more going up against lefties. Suarez does not strike out lefties at a huge clip. Likely going to face a few of them. And yeah, Cleveland just going to put the ball in play a lot. 4.5 strikeouts is too high for Suarez. Favorite bet of the day, Jacob deGrom, over 18.5 outs. Going to pull up his game log here. 7 innings, 6 innings against the Rockies, 6.2 innings. Prior to that, he was only pitching mid-70s pitches. He's gotten up to 90. The guy's the most efficient, best pitching arm I've probably ever seen in my lifetime. Looking at his numbers, 41% K rate, 2.6% walk rate, sub-2 xFIP, going up against the Cubs, who are not a good hitting lineup at all. Strike out at a decent clip, don't walk too much outside of 1 or 2 bats. Not a ton of power. Woba sitting right around 300. deGrom is an absolute beast and should easily go over 6 innings here. This is my favorite bet on the board. Last up, Chad Kuhl, over 4.5 hits, -143 over at Caesars. Yeah, pretty much he's going up against the White Sox. He's not very good. Puts the ball in play a lot. He's going to get beat up pretty badly. That's it. That's the show. That's what we got there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good luck. We're out of here. Later, kids.